his tone was a very familiar tone. He said a lot. It's been really good that I have had 8 months to learn more about what I was dealing with. And, wait, shit, how long have we been divorced? 8.5. I'm yawning because my soul is done. So 8.5, so we had only been divorced 6.5 months the last time I talked to him, I guess. So I've had a whole nother 2 months to whatever the fuck I've been doing. It's a good thing that I have been, and it's a really good thing that for the last 2 days I've been like hardcore having some stuff on Cycle on YouTube, getting into my psyche a little bit about narcissists and who they are and what their playbook is and how because they all do the same fucking thing. They're not original, they're not special like they all think they are. They're literally the same. They're a carbon copy of each other. And how that is used. Well, I mean, it's not used by the devil. It specifically is demonic. It's of the devil. Narcissists and class B folk are. And how they come after the opposite of that, which are people like me. And how God thinks about that, and what God's going to do about that. And it most likely is not going to be swift, hard vengeance like us mere mortals want to see, but it's going to be a more divine vengeance. And ironically, he actually started to list some of the shit that is happening to him. However, I don't believe anything he said today. It was really nice to see him. I lost my fucking shit when I pulled up next to him. And I'm okay with that. I would have liked to have, walked in with my head held high and pretended like I didn't give a shit and that I don't have emotions and that he hasn't fucking ruined me. However, I am a human and I have a soul. And he broke it. But I have a soul. And I'm sad. And I'm okay that I let him see that. It's okay. Like, maybe he got narcissistic supply out of my tears. like you might have. But I don't care. Because I got a lot out of the exchange too. He told me some interesting things on the phone. Did I even mention the series of events? He called and we were speaking, and he's just so fucking convinced that I hurt him. He's so fucking convinced that I screwed him over. He's so convinced that I manipulated him. And yet at the same time, he will acknowledge that he told me to do exactly what I did. And that then he just didn't like it anymore. Okay. How is that manipulation on my part? That's not manipulation. That's him changing his fucking mind. And then calling me a manipulator because of it. The whole fucking relationship was like this. So anyway, I said, I don't understand why any of this actually happened the way that it did. I don't understand how for months you were telling me that you wanted to get back together and that you knew we had to get divorced, but that you were going to be on your own and learn how to be on your own and then come back to me and yada 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 yada. Never gonna date, never gonna call anyone my beauty, all that bullshit. And I don't understand how. Like, why did you do that? And he still won't admit. He still won't admit it. He just says that I manipulated him. It's fascinating to me because I did not. I actually lied to him tonight, unintentionally, and I didn't realize it until I was rethinking about the conversation a little bit ago, of which I cannot remember much. But I did write down a lot, and I might have some evidence. But I did accidentally lie to him about something, and I thought that it was the truth when I said it, and then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, fuck, no, that actually took place like 18 hours or 16 hours or whatever, 12 hours before when I said it did. I said something took place the day of, and really it had taken place the day before. And that's kind of a big thing, but it was completely unintentional and doesn't actually change anything. But so I could hear his tone, his super defensive, super hateful tone. Oh my god, my eyes just fucking are killing me. Like they're hurting to move. And again, like I'm not out to change. I'm not out to change. Of course, I already know it's gonna happen. I'll get to that in a second. I already know what's happening. But I wanted him to see me face to face. I wanted him to hear me in person. And I wanted him to remember just for a minute. Even though I guarantee by now he's already forgotten all about it and talked himself out of it, and everybody that's in his circle that knows lies about me has talked him out of it. It's fine. This was for me, not for him. I just needed him to see one last time that I was the light for him and that I did not manipulate him. And that I still love him. Years of abuse, and I still love him. So, he told me that he's getting tested for Parkinson's in like a week or a week and a half, which is ironic. All the dudes in my life keep having all these brain malfunctions. And ironically, I mean, I have brain damage too, so it just runs in my circle. But when he said that, I did start crying really, really, really hard. But I did say I really had needed you to meet up with me today. I really did. I really needed that. And he's like, I didn't know. And I'm like, well, I didn't tell you. I said that I wanted to meet up when you asked. He's like, okay, I'll go against my attorney, and off the record, we'll meet up. And I said, okay. He said, I'm leaving. I said, I'm leaving. Pulled up to the restaurant. We just stayed in the parking lot. There was no intention of going in. I just wanted to be somewhere where there was public so that he couldn't claim that I like abused him. I can claim that he abused me because he did, but not today. But he's gonna be throwing all kinds of shit at me, it looks like, so I was smart to on a public place. But yeah, when I pulled up and I saw him in his fucking truck, I lost it. Expedition, whatever the fuck, Explorer, I don't know. I lost it. I think I cried for 5 fucking minutes straight on him. And it felt good, like it felt good to have that last hug. I wasn't giving him my energy. I wasn't letting him siphon me. I mean, he's already done that. I don't really have anything else to give. So maybe he tried and just didn't get any. But it was good to have that last hug, you know. That wasn't a closure from him. That was a closure from myself to me. Because I didn't catch on fast enough last year. I didn't know I was being played last year. I didn't realize that he had me break up with him on purpose last year. I didn't realize that I didn't even fucking remember till I went back to look through the text messages that he'd already broken up with me when he got me to say that I was leaving him. Mind fuckery that goes on with that one is strong, you know. So that was a gift to myself. Was to have a goodbye out of him. And then we got in my car and we talked about a whole lot. And looking at it from 8.5 months removed, and from so many revelations, and so many sleepless nights, and so many nights of nightmares, and so many just days, just complete full from start to finish days, going over everything that has happened and making sense of it finally, and seeing the patterns and seeing the literal manipulation finally, and the abuse, and being able to identify that like real time, which is what I was able to do today. I was like, damn, look at me. Thank goodness I've had 8.5 months removed. He tells so many different stories. It's remarkable. Like, how does one person tell so many different stories? underlying motivation for wanting to destroy me is that he feels like I hurt his feelings by not being able to take any more of his abuse. I don't know how to rectify that for him. I'm sorry that I had to protect myself when you couldn't. You were told to protect me. I asked you to protect me. You couldn't. You admitted it. He admitted it today. But I still abandoned him when he needed me most. I didn't abandon him in 2021 when he tried to kill himself. I didn't abandon him in 2022 when he fucked up my entire family again. I didn't abandon him in 2023 when he tried to kill myself and fucking really started the rapid fire destruction of my soul. And I hadn't even abandoned him last year. And he forced it. But that's fine. He's always got to be the victim. He will always have to be the victim. And as long as he has people in his life that coddle him and don't make him face the reality of it, then he's going to be successful with that. I'm going to restart this because time's up. Okay. So we were in my car and I really cried like the majority of the time. I really did. But I mean, that's what I do now. I'm as unhealthy as I've ever been in my entire life. So I am not surprised that I am crying all the time. My eyeballs. He had different versions of things than I did. For instance, he told me that today his attorney called him at 11:30 and told him not to meet him because my attorney filed a continuance and that I had just lost my job and I wasn't mentally capable of testifying or whatever the hell word he used. And I'm like, well, that's interesting because at noon I heard that your attorney filed a continuance and that I shouldn't show up. So who's lying? And I literally said that. I go, so which one of the four of us is lying? Because you're telling me that it wasn't you and I'm telling you it wasn't me. And then my attorney said it was your attorney and your attorney said it was my attorney. And so who's lying? The ironic thing is I think all three of them are. I literally think and John are all lying about that. I do. I think they're all lying about literally all of it. What do I do? What do I do? I know he's gonna lie about everything. Don't have to question that. But then, okay, so now his attorney's gonna lie about everything? Okay. But then my attorney's also gonna lie? How do I deal with that? How do I deal with my attorney lying to me? Because I know that he is, because he has. How do I fight a liar and a liar when my motherfucking attorney is lying to me? He can lie to them. I don't give a shit. If it doesn't hurt my case. But like, what are you lying to me for? And he admitted that he told me to offer him 50 grand to walk away. And that he thought that I was going to, and then I never did. And I'm like, It was your offer to me. I told you to send it to my lawyer. I called my lawyer and said they're going to send an offer. I knew that they weren't, but I did tell my attorney that I knew that they weren't, but that's what I said. He's like, no, you were supposed to. Okay. And then he's like, my best foot forward was to be, like to accept that offer and then get back together and then just cancel all of it. So really, what he's saying is, and he said this specifically later as well, was that he wants to cancel everything. He wants me to drop the maintenance motion so that he doesn't have to pay maintenance. And then he wants to drop literally everything out. And I'm like, but we're divorced. Do you know that? Do you know that we're fucking divorced? He's like, yes, I know that. I'm like, okay, so then how do we drop the property division? Because as it stood, it was done. And then you fucking undid it. And so then now it has to be done again. But now you're just saying that we're going to cancel that? So then who the fuck owns what? Like, how, what's happening? What's happening? What is happening in there, dude? Like, Jesus Christ. He's like, yeah, that's how we be together. It's the only way we be together, is we cancel everything and just be in love. Well, that makes no fucking sense. And I'm like, yeah, so I mean, because he's telling me that I've rejected 2 offers from him now, which was the first one was that I give him $50,000. And he's saying I rejected that offer by not making that offer myself, even though he was supposed to make it to me. In which case, then we were, I guess, gonna not even do that, but that we were just gonna fall back in love and then cancel everything else. The way that it's worded means that. Is that even legal? Like, are we fucking kidding? I know we're not kidding, because I know him. Okay, so that was the first one that I rejected, which he never made an offer on. Second offer that he made, he said that he offered me a $400,000 buyout after my mom got her down payment back. And I go, nobody ever offered me $400,000 because they did not. He goes, yes, they did. I go, that nobody offered me $400,000. I'm like, I rejected the offer, and I didn't counter the offer because it wasn't even a fucking valid offer. I'm like, you didn't offer me $400,000, and then you didn't offer any money up front, and then I was still gonna have to have the mortgage, and then I'm just supposed to vacate. He's like, that's not what the offer is. I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, the offer does not, it didn't have a value. It had a 4-year limit on it. I don't even know if I said that. But it had no upfront buyout money offered. And then the mortgage had to stay in my name. And I'm like, where do you want me to go if I'm not gonna have money to put down somewhere? And I can't take another mortgage out. And he, of course, interrupts me because that's what he does. And he's like, well, you can take another mortgage, or you could refinance the mortgage that you already have on the house. Like, I don't have a job. I did. Until I supported you beyond my fucking capacity. Anyway. He's like, well, you still rejected the offer. You didn't even counter back. I'm like, what the fuck? No, I did reject it, but just so that you know, that's not the offer that I saw. I go, did you read the offer? He goes, yes. And I go, well, so did I. and it came from your attorney's email address, and it doesn't say any of that. So who's lying? I go, are we seeing two different offers? Did he show you one and then send me a different one? And then everybody's making me out again to be a piece of shit? Like, is this a third and fourth and fifth layer of fuckery going on here that, like, I can't combat this? Or just is lying? Is just still the only one that's lying? So then he's like, well, maybe my attorney is lying. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, I don't know. And then he said he's still in love with me, and he wants to be back with me. And also that he is sorry that things have gotten so nasty and that they're gonna get worse. And I'm like, well, what are you doing? What are you making worse? He said that today, after my attorney filed a continuance, therefore causing him to miss work, that his attorney told him to save his receipts for travel because they're gonna make me pay for it, for wasting his time. It's like, okay, just tack it onto somebody's bill. I'm not paying any of them, so don't worry. Put it on an IOU. I'm gonna take care of myself, and nobody's getting any fucking money. Mark my words. But in addition, he then said, because everybody's so pissed, and his attorney convinced him that I'm just such a piece of shit manipulator who wastes his time and is so awful to him, that they filed a motion today to make me sell the house, or to force possession to be given to me. He's sorry about that, though. He told me he's sorry. Okay. Thanks. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what I said whilst crying. Okay. Thank you. What else are you gonna do? He said his attorney advised him to get fired so that he has no income. So that when we go back to court in September, he doesn't have to pay maintenance because he got fired. And then he told me that he's not doing great at work. And I'm like, you just told me in May that you made a $48,000 commission, not $48,000 sale, $48,000 take-home commission. He's like, yeah, but I haven't hardly done anything since. I'm like, okay. I mean, that's a fucking teacher's salary, but okay. He's always pretending like he's not making money, and he just brings home so much money. I'm very glad that I've known what I've known for the last 11 months. I remember what else he said. I mean, he said just literally everything. Just fucking everything. Like, always. Just everything. Just throw as much fucking shit at the wall and see if anything sticks. His motto. And he met his own standard today. Told me all the girls he's dated 7 or 8 girls. He hasn't slept with them all. Like, first of all, okay, second, I don't give a shit anymore. Third, I hope that you wore a condom. Didn't give everybody STDs. Fourth, I still need to get tested and see what he gave me, if anything. Or what his boss gave me, or what the fuckers it. Oh, he told me that he never physically abused me. He told me that my lawyer... I wish my lawyer would tell me what he's telling the fucking other lawyer. That would be helpful. If my fucking lawyer could have conversations with me, that would be great. And then also, if he could tell me what he's telling this other piece of shit about me, that would be ideal. Apparently, there's abuse allegations that I heard about today, which is interesting. And, when there's a fucking police report, there's only the one. I only got the one. Official. But there is one. He's like, well, that wasn't anything. Okay. And he's like, I have videos of what you did. I'm like, fucking give them to me. I will literally put them on YouTube today. I'm not it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare me. I would actually like them. I would love to have them. Give them to me. I'm not gonna hide them. You've probably got copies all over anyway. Like, I don't give a shit. I want to play them for everybody and just get this out there. It doesn't scare me. Hi, Peanut. And what else? I held his hand. I put my hand in his, and I felt no connection. I could feel how dead the connection was. And I don't know if that's because, like, of everything that I know and I see and I saw during this entire thing. I don't know if he knew that, like if his demon could sense that. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna restart this before it's too long. I don't know if, like, he probably has a girlfriend, right? Like, I asked him because I wanted to touch his hand, but like, he's not mine to just freely touch. Because A, that's probably like abuse, and then B, like, if he has, like, if him and Julie are back together, I don't want to, he's all yours, girlfriend, but like, I wanted him to feel me. He's like, no, I'm not dating anyone. I haven't dated anyone since Rachel. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know, just are you or not? Because I don't know if I'm stepping on some other person's property right now. He's like, no. So I took his hand and I did this. And there was nothing there. And I cried. Like, I loved how big his hands were. They made me feel small. He made me feel small, even though I was a big fat ass for a while. He's got really big hands, like a fucking gorilla. And so, like, the look of it, like, looking at it, I was like, that looked right while I was doing it, but it didn't feel right. I didn't feel it. So I cried about that, but I cried about everything. I'm a crybaby. That's what we do when we're nearing our end, you know? know the crying is going to come to a halt here soon. I did tell him, which means nothing. You can tell him anything that you want, but we'll only hear what he wants to hear if it's verbal. And then also, like, even if you don't say it, he still is gonna hear what he wants to hear. So he'll just make up conversations. That's what you do when you're a fucking lunatic. But I did tell him. I was like, I didn't want to get together to change your mind. I didn't want to get together for you to cancel anything. I didn't want to get together so that you don't continue to hurt me. I didn't get together so that you could say that I'm manipulating you. I actually don't even hardly want to be talking to you. I did say this. I'm like, I don't want you to tell your lawyer anything I said, and then he say that I used it to manipulate you, because he will. Say it. I go, I honestly just needed you to remember who I am. And remember who I was. And the interesting thing is like he made it very clear to anyone that listens to the conversation that has no background and hasn't dealt with these fuckers before. It almost kind of sounds like he's trying to say that he wants to be together. Like, my heart's on my sleeve. I couldn't be more honest. I couldn't be more this. I couldn't be more that. I want you back. You're the only person that I have a true connection with. Yada, yada, yada. Flip side. If you don't take me back, I'm going to destroy you. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to fuck you up. 4 minutes after I leave, I'm going to forget that I even ever kind of liked you, and I'm going to absolutely obliterate you. So I saw through it, finally. Real time, which was great. Because he did make it perfectly clear that, like, he would love to get back together. He would love to get back together. So he could control me. Further fucking abuse me. But he only wants to get back together if it's on his terms. If I need time, or, yeah, I mean, it could take 2 months or 6 months or 2 weeks or whatever, but, you know, I have to commit to it in order for anything to stop, in order for him to stop harming me via the court system. I have to want to be with him, and then if I don't, then it's just like he doesn't, again, give a shit about me. I'm like, it's not like you can't give a shit about someone and then want the best for them, and then also simultaneously say, but then, like, I'm also gonna fuck you up if you don't do as I say under my circumstances. I feel like that's off. Maybe it's just me. And I did what he wanted for so long. I did what he wanted with the fucking divorce. And he admitted it. And then he changed his mind. Made me look like a manipulative piece of shit. He's a dangerous dude. He asked about the dogs. He said he was scared to ask how